Hi, this is Nick Thorsch with Mixiv. In this video I'm going to show you how to secure your digital files. You want to make sure that only people who have paid for your digital content are able to access that. You don't want links to your files on your server to be shared by email, by instant messenger, posted in a forum, or even picked up by Google, where thousands and thousands of people could potentially access your content for free. So that's what I'm going to show you in this video. How to secure your digital files using Mixiv so that links to your files on your server cannot be shared on the internet and only used by people who pay for your content. Here I'm in an episode, and I'm going to scroll down here to the URL to file field, and here you can see that there's a link to a digital file. It's completely exposed. So I don't want that URL to get shared around the internet. If that security option is not checked on the edit pricing/delivery page, then this is the same URL that people are going to see when they purchase the content. And you don't want people to see that URL. You don't want people to see that URL. This may be a link to digital content that has taken you years to learn and maybe several weeks or months to turn into a digital file. So you definitely don't want to share that, and you want to be compensated for your hard work. As long as that checkbox, Enable Episode and File Download Security, is checked on the Edit Pricing and Delivery page, your files will be cloaked so that URL up here won't be exposed. It'll be obscured with random letters and numbers. Now, if you have your Amazon S3 credentials in the Profile and Preferences page, it'll be cloaked, as well as you won't be able to share it to someone with another IP address. For people who don't have an S3 account, Mixiv will automatically cloak the URL if that Enable Episode and File Download Security checkbox is checked. And so that's a medium level of security and will prevent casual download theft. So those are the security options, and I hope you find one that works for you. To enable file security, you need to check a checkbox. To do this, go to your membership, product, or podcast, and then go over here to the link Edit Pricing/Delivery. Click on that link, and then scroll about halfway down the page, just under the Buy It Now button, and look for this label here that says Enable Episode and File Download Security. Check that checkbox, and then click Save Changes. If you use Amazon S3 to store your files, Mixiv integrates with Amazon to give you the highest level of security for your digital files. Basically, what you can do then is set your files to private on your server so that they're not exposed to the world, and then Mixiv will be able to log into your S3 account to access your files and send them to users who actually pay for your content. And that way, any links to those digital files are not only cloaked, but also they can't be shared. So if someone tried to email a link to your digital files, whether it's your ebook, audio, or video files, basically the person receiving that file would not be able to click on that link and access the digital content. Instead, they would get a message saying that they are not authorized to access the file. If they are a paying user and should have access to it, they'll need to log into Mixiv to be able to do that. So let me show you how to add your Amazon S3 credentials into Mixiv to enable this high level of file security. Go over here on the left menu to My Account and then Profile and Preferences. Scroll about a quarter of the way down the page until you get to this section on Amazon. Click the Change link and enter your access key in there. Then go down and click on this Change link and enter your secret key in there. If you have a particular bucket or folder on your S3 account that you want all of the files you upload through Mixiv to go into, you can enter that bucket name in there. However, you don't have to. It's optional. You can still put all your files in various folders on your S3 account, and those will all work with Mixiv. Once you've done that, go down here and click Save. Now I'm going to show you what you need to do in your Amazon S3 account to set your files to private. Now again, remember, if you put your Amazon S3 credentials into your Mixiv account, then Mixiv will be able to go in and still access these files even though they're set to private. By default, the security setting when you upload your files is set to private, and I'll show you that. Just right click on your file, select Get Info, And then for read permissions, make sure it's not set to world, which would be exposed to everyone. Make sure it's set to a setting less than that. Select owner and then click apply. And that's it. That's all you have to do to make sure your files are set to private on your Amazon S3 server. With file security enabled, Mixiv will cloak all of your links. Let me show you what cloaking does. So I'm in an episode right now within a membership, and so if I mouse over this link down here, this link actually goes to a URL on a Amazon server, so it should say amazon.com/ some file name .pdf, but you can see it actually says mixiv.com/s/ a bunch of random numbers and letters .pdf. So someone couldn't just mouse over that link and see what the URL to the file is on your server, and that's called cloaking. However, with this basic level of security enabled, people can still copy that link by going to properties or whatnot, or opening it up in their browser, copying that URL, and send it to other people. Now, there is a way to prevent that, and I'll show you how to do that next. If one of your paying customers tries to copy the URL to your file and share that with a non-paying person, then that person, that unauthorized person, is going to receive this message. Now, I'm showing this to you in a text pad because the security is done by IP address, meaning that my particular computer can access the digital files in a membership, but someone else's computer at another IP address would not be able to. Now, an IP address is done by computer, as well as all the computers in a household may also run off one router, which has one IP address for several computers. So the security pertains to computers that are outside of a household. And so I received this message from someone else. So let me read that message to you. It says, if someone has shared this with you, you are not authorized and the publisher has been notified. This is referring to the unauthorized user trying to access the URL that the paying customer sent to them. If you are an authorized subscriber and you are trying to access from a remote location or a proxy IP address, you will not be able to access. You must access from your primary location. Now, for a paying customer that wants to access your digital files from another IP address, you have a couple of options. One, you can go into your members and you can disable file security just for that member. You don't have to disable it for your entire membership or product and essentially disable it for all of your customers. You can do it on a by customer basis, which is very cool. Also, another thing that you can do, if you want to enable them to download the files, they can download their files to their computer, or they can download them through iTunes so that they can take their computer with them and consume your content on the go. So what I've shown you here is that if a paying customer tries to copy a URL and share that with a non-paying person, they will not be able to access it and they'll receive this message instead. So the security is very strong in Mixiv.